Good morning. Welcome to another walk with Wingman. I can't believe that we are up to walk number 34. If you are new to Walk with Wingman, welcome. These are 5 to 10 minute walks that I take on Sundays or most Sundays, where we share things that we're all learning about life, where I share things that are top of mind for me, and where I try and talk to you about how you can optimize your health. I welcome all of you to the channel. More importantly, those of you who are here on a consistent basis, thank you. I appreciate your comments, your likes, and hope to continue to be walking with you for many years to come. So, a quick update. Next week, I will not be walking. Well, we'll see. I'm headed to Chicago this week to join the wonderful vegan superheroes at Vegandale Chicago on Saturday, and I will be traveling back home on Sunday morning. So if I can walk in the airport, I can't remember what time my plane is, I'll do a little walk in the airport. Otherwise, I will most likely see you again in 2 weeks. So just a little heads up. And in addition, we have another episode of Perfectly Planted that should hit either today or tomorrow. I'm still in the editing process. Um, as I mentioned on our last walk, SMA is on sabbatical. So we will either be doing some replays. This next podcast is in new recording, but for a couple of weeks, I'll be revisiting some of our wonderful guests that we had over the past 2 years. And it's hard to believe that we've been doing this for 2 years. So today, I wanted to ask you a question, and then I wanted to share the answer to the question. My question for you is, how are you developing your habits, and how are you being consistent about your habits as it relates to the 3 M's? And the 3 M's are meals, movement, mindset, and sleep. MMMS. I don't know where I got that from, but it's stuck in my head and now I keep using it. So I wanted to go back to 2 walks ago where we started talking about James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. And one of the questions I frequently get is about my movement routine. And I'm saying movement intentionally, not necessarily exercise, because I want to encourage you to move. And that movement can be any form of movement that you love to do. But in terms of consistency, one of the things I started doing years ago was, and I call it my daily routine. And basically, what it is that every morning I have a series of exercises that I do. I start my movement by doing, I'm now up to 60 sit ups, and I actually do them while I'm still in bed, as some of you may heard. And then I have 3 other movements that I do every single day. One is the push up, one is the squat, one is the pull up, and depending where I am, I may add in dips. Now, this combination of movement, I started doing it because I was trying to get stronger at them. So years ago, I started with half a pull up, or I started with half a sit up, or one push up. And I've worked up to where I am today in terms of being able to do multiples of them. But the key messages are, one, these have become habits. And the power of habit and consistency is one that I know I keep trying to emphasize. But the more it becomes a part of everything you do, the more likely you are to maintain your consistency and do it. So, thank you. So, because I've been consistent for so many years, now it's just a part of my everyday routine. Wake up, Alexa tells me to do my sit-ups. I do my squats as part of my warm-up before I head down to the gym. When I get down to the gym, I'll do my pull-ups, some dips, some push-ups. Sometimes I'll do the pull-ups again when I'm out walking if I come across a pull-up bar. But the key message there is from a movement perspective. One, making your movement habitual. So something, and going back to our walk about 2 weeks ago, anchoring it to something that you do consistently, whether you anchor it to waking up, whether you anchor it to another activity. It's a way of anchoring that habit to another habit that you have, so it also becomes a foundational habit. And then the consistency part is part, it's so intricately tied into habits that it's hard in my mind to separate the two. So again, I use Alexa for my sit-ups because I'm not a big fan of sit-ups, but using cues, using reminders, and just committing to doing something every day. But knowing, again, there is no perfection. So if you miss a day, you miss a day. You start again the next day. The key is developing that consistency, trying to be 1% better, and over time, it actually becomes something that you don't even think about. It's just something you do. So I'm looking at my notes because I forgot them last time. That was the power of habits and consistency that I just wanted to share with you today as it relates to the 3 M's. And again, the 3 M's are meals, movement, mindset, and sleep. And we'll be walking through each of the 3 M's as it ties to habits over the next couple of weeks. But I wanted to focus and start with focusing on movement. One, because it's beautiful and it's that time of year when I hope if you're listening, you have an opportunity to be outside walking or moving or dancing or doing whatever you love to do, but just moving. Movement is medicine. So, what tiny habit are you going to introduce into your life as part of your movement regimen? And what are you going to do to help develop a consistency around it? I'd love to hear more about it in the comments if you have time. I know this was a long one. I want to thank you so much for walking with me today. I dialed in a little early because I was up early and finished my workout early. So just started my post-workout walk early. But this was just a part 2 on atomic habits and how we need to understand the importance of habits, of consistency, and of not focusing on perfection, but just trying to be a little better every day. I hope this sets you up for a wonderful week. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions. I'd love to provide you with the feedback, and I will plan to see you maybe next week from the airport, but definitely in 2 weeks. Take care and have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.